Hello, it's Sadie. I wanted to come on and do a divine feminine energy reading. This is a companion video to the divine masculine energy reading I did yesterday. Just kind of doing the energy reading from the divine feminine perspective. This one's going to be called Burnout because I feel like there is a lot of energy for the divine feminine that is burnt out at the current time. Now, if yesterday's divine masculine energy reading did not resonate with you, this reading may not resonate with you either. So please understand, one size does not fit all. Please only take what resonates. Do not use confirmation bias as a determining factor in you wanting a reading to resonate with you or not, okay? With that said, the divine feminine right now is really growing and expanding. We have gone through leaps and bounds this year alone, and we're only in September. And because of all the energetic changes, it's caused a lot of transformation within the divine feminine. But that transformation has also caused empathic overload and sort of a spiritual fatigue, so to speak, where it's just like you constantly feel like you're being put in the ringer. You constantly feel like you're being tested, challenged. And it's because we are expanding and growing. You know, I yesterday wanted to do this video, and I'm glad that I waited till today, which is the 13th of September when I'm filming this. The 13 is a divine feminine energy. It is a divine feminine number. And like I said in yesterday's video, you might be seeing a lot of threes. 33, 333, 313, 133, 331, however it shows up for you. And really what my guides were telling me for the divine feminine, especially those who are going through empathic overload, who are going through spiritual fatigue, who are going through a lot of frustration regarding life situations, health situations, or even their twin flame journey and doing the healing work right now. This is a time to rest. We're actually, if things have screeched to a halt in your life, in your connection, in some other area where it was growing and expanding and now it's slowed down because of all the retrograde energy as well, you have to understand that everything is energy, and so everything is influencing each other. You don't have to believe in astrology to understand that it's influencing you. You don't have to believe in everything being energy to understand that every energy that is taking place in the entire cosmos, on this earth and beyond, is influencing you in some way. All right. And so just understand that this is a time to rest. It's why it keeps coming up. Yesterday's I believe the tarot card of the day was the Four of Swords, which rest has been coming up a lot. Relaxation has been coming up a lot. I think the Hermit came out last Friday. So Spirit is telling you, if things are not moving forward, it is time for you to take a step back. That is how you can replenish your energy, recharge your batteries, and also protect your energy right now. We are all going through such a huge evolutionary shift, and because we're still in the 3D world, sometimes our 3D mind and our 3D ego doesn't see it that way. We just see it as challenges and triggers and problems and issues. But all of these things are occurring because pressure makes diamonds. It is necessary for you to ascend. And so you're gonna be getting those trigger points right now. It sucks. And I am going through it as well. But if you rest, if you relax, if you come back in nature, if you come back to center, if you allow yourself to just do what makes you do what makes you feel relaxed, and do what brings you peace. Do what brings you relief in the moment that is healthy for you and that is healthy for others. Not reverting back to self-sabotaging behaviors, and really just taking accountability and being honest with yourself and constantly checking in with your heart and soul and saying, how are you today? How are you today? Really, how are you doing? If you're not okay, it's okay to admit that. If you're struggling, it's okay to admit that. I had someone yesterday email me and just basically say, like, I can't watch your videos anymore. And I understand how triggering that divine masculine energy reading that I put through was. I get it. And I understand, like, if you need to, I did a video about this a couple weeks ago, social media, withdrawal. If you need to take a step back because it's too much, and because you're not seeing the results in the physical, but then you're getting all these conflicting and bombarding information and readings, and stop torturing yourself. I 100% understand. It's like, we, how do I say this? Going back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video of confirmation bias. Oftentimes, we will constantly be asking the universe for signs, for signals, for synchronicities, for confirmation of what we already internally know. And this is one of the things that I had to learn earlier on in my path. When spirit is wanting you to learn to trust yourself, and to learn to really listen internally and listen to your intuition and expand your own intuitive gifts, the external world is actually going to start being more triggering. The external world is actually going to start being more confusing. It's going to burn you out. And so a lot of divine feminines are going through this. Again, this is a growth spurt. It is an evolutionary shift. We're all in this together. We're just all at different levels of consciousness and all at different levels of this ascension ride, ascension stairway, that we're all on, that we're all participating in. Even those who are asleep, their soul is still learning lessons and going through things as well. And so give yourself the time to take a break. Give yourself rest. Be honest with yourself. Check in with yourself more. This is so important during this time because there are these quantum leaps that are going to take place. And this is the time to energetically prepare for that by just withdrawing and retreating and going within. That's the best thing I can say to combat any sort of burnout that anybody is going through. For me, my burnout has just been, I know that I'm doing the work. I know that I am on the right path. I know that I am exactly where I need to be. But I give so much and I do so much, and to not see the results of that sometimes in the physical is very challenging. And I'm not just talking about my twin flame journey. I'm talking about my business and where I want to be in my life and where I want to be with my family. And this has been something that I've been dealing with for really, it's funny. It really hit me like towards the end of July. Just feeling like, is it worth it? Is everything that I do actually worth it? And I struggle too, but it is worth it. It is worth it. I mean, ultimately, I always come back to that. It is worth it. Even if I'm struggling, even if I'm having a bad day, even if it feels like everything is crashing down around me and I just always just have to trust God and rely on myself, and I can't really rely on other people, it's still worth it. At the end of the day, it's still worth it. And so I think for myself, that's why I haven't been posting as many videos. It's why I haven't been on as many prayer circles. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that I'm tired too. We're all tired. We're all dealing with our stuff in the best way that we can deal with it. And so again, it's about giving yourself that break, giving yourself that grace, giving yourself that compassion, not being hard on yourself right now. If that means you've got to take a step back, take a step back. If it means you've got to walk away from certain things, walk away from certain things. Your peace is a priority. Your self-care is a priority, because ultimately, whether you consider yourself a light worker or a starseed or a twin flame, doesn't matter the label. Your spiritual journey is about awakening to and reclaiming your true self. And so whatever helps you do that, do that. And it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to be triggered, and it's okay to understand that, yes, you are a spiritual being having a human experience, but you're still in the human, and you're still going to have sometimes human reactions and human emotions. And it's about integrating it all in. It's not about denying parts of yourself. It's not about denying that it sucks sometimes. It's not about denying the sadness or the grief or the disappointment. It's just about loving yourself through all of it. Truly loving yourself unconditionally through all of it. When you can do that, you're golden. You're golden. It's like, like I said, I've had so many things happen in the last few weeks, like little towers, little crises. But the moment I come back into center and just kind of retreat and just kind of like letting it go, surrendering, man, my miracle comes like that. The answer to the prayer comes like that. The money comes in like that. Like, God is letting me know, and my guides are letting me know, like, we got you. And sometimes the burnout comes from feeling like you've got to do it all. That has been something that I've struggled with my entire life, like feeling like I have to do it all. But you don't. You don't. In truth, you do not. If you ask for help, it will be given to you. It's just not always given to you in the way that you think it should come, or from the person you think it should be from, And so I'm just sharing this because we all go through it. But this is the process. My guides were saying to me the other day, like, you feel like there's times where I do feel like I'm a failure because I'm not where I want to be, even though I put in all the work, and I know I'm not a failure, but I still struggle with that. And they were saying to me, like, you realize the last 7 years of your life, you have had upheaval, and you have dealt with towers, and you have always shown up for the occasion. You just show up. You just keep going. Like, you have done the work that every single ancestor before you could not do, just in a short period of time. And that's the same message for you, you who's watching this video. Like, no matter where you're at, and even if it's not where you want to be or think that you should be at this time, you have done the work that each of your ancestors could not do. You have done it. You have done it because you're still here. You have done it because you still show up. You have done it because you keep going and you keep growing. And that is the whole point. That is the whole point. It's not about the destination. It is about the journey. And as hard as it can be at times, it's also the beautiful unfolding of the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. And so this is just a time for the divine feminines who are dealing with burnout to take a step back, to relax, to surrender, to just be at peace and let God fight your battles for you, let your ancestors and guides bring you what you need, and to let go of needing to feel like that 10 of Wands energy, like you have to do it all and you have to carry it all, because you don't. All right, that was a long intro, but let's get into the cards and messages for the Divine Feminine right now. Higher Self, Holy Spirit, guides, guardians, and angels. Unconditional love. What do you want the Divine Feminine to know? Yeah. That's beautiful. Okay. Dig into the shadow, the moon. If you are in this space where all the emotions, again, empathic overload, all the emotions are coming to the surface, it's because you're not meant to drown in them. You're meant to swim in them. You're meant to see them and understand that you are not your emotions. You have power. Stop giving your power away to your feelings. Make the choice to swim and not to sink. When you do, temperance, balance comes, healing comes. This is the integration of the masculine and the feminine, the sun and the moon. This is the point of that middle point, that 0 point, that balancing point, the yin and the yang. Because if you can let yourself understand your emotions, to see them, to acknowledge them, to love them, but again, choose to swim and not to sink in them and come into balance, there is the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine, the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine. There is the balancing point. But you have to go through it to come out of the other side. The only way out is through. Then you reach the light. Then you reach the joy, the happiness. Then you come into the awakening. You come into alignment with all parts of yourself, which brings in union. 4 of Wands, 2 of Cups. Union is not just a person or a relationship. Union is the full alignment and the self-actualization of everything that you incarnated to be at this time in your life, at this time in the world, for the highest good of all. It is not just about you. It is you, but it's not just about you, okay? So do the shadow work. Let yourself grieve. Let yourself feel that energy of loss. Let yourself purge it all out. Let go of those 3 cups because the 2 cups are still standing. Let it go. Let go of the past. Let go of fear. Stand up strong. Walk away from what no longer serves you. Have the courage to choose yourself and your peace over everything else. And that's when you come into the Ace of Swords, clarity, truth, integration of your divine mind, where you're fully trusting yourself. But you have to go through the healing process. It's a necessity. You cannot bypass it. You cannot skip it. People want to jump to this, the 4 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. But truly, it's about going through the process to get there. Again, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. It's about the journey. When you can truly understand that, that'll help you to accept that where you are at right now is a perfect place for you to be, to get to. that destination that you've always desired and deserved, whether that again is union with your beloved or just living the life that you always wanted to live. It's all possible for you. But it does require you to become the person that you actually came into this world to be, not the person and the personality that you have identified yourself as for so long. It's important. You've got to come into your truth before you can come into alignment with the Two of Cups and then the Four of Wands spell. So I'm gonna get that. It's you first, babe. It's you first. Then them. But you are worthy. You are worthy. And you have access to everything that you need to have your ultimate victory, to reach that ultimate success, to have that ultimate achievement. So with that, we're going to do True Love Oracle. Let go of your perception of how you think things should be, and trust where you are at and who you are. Trust the divine. Okay. Reparenting yourself. This is so important because so many of us have wounds from childhood, wounds from family. We didn't get the nurturance, we didn't get the love, we didn't get the affection or attention that we deserved when we were children. And we're still carrying that pain with us somewhere inside of our subconscious, making us feel like we're unlovable and unworthy. This is the time to rest, reparent yourself, love yourself, and know that you are truly worthy of everything that you desire and deserve. Dating. Some of you need to date yourself is what I'm hearing. If you feel like you're unloved and unworthy, you buy flowers for yourself. You take yourself out to nice dinners. You dress yourself up. You make yourself feel good about you. You do not need someone else to do that. But for others of you, it might be helpful so that you're not so obsessively attached to that one person to actually go out on dates and just meet other people and see how that makes you feel. What else, Spirit? Boundaries. This is also important for this journey, to make sure that you're setting healthy boundaries. If you're giving, are you receiving back what you give out? Are all of your connections, not just love, but friendships, work, are they reciprocal? This is important because givers have to set limits because takers have none. And if you're over giving, overdoing, people pleasing, that's actually a trauma response. It's not healthy. You do not have to work hard for someone's love and affection and for someone to be kind to you or for someone to be reciprocal to you. And so set healthy boundaries for yourself. Know what your boundaries are, know what your non-negotiables are, and continue to honor yourself by honoring your boundaries. What else wants to come forward, Spirit? Masculine and feminine energies, the yin and the yang. The masculine is inside of you. You have both masculine and feminine energies. And so if you feel like there's some sort of imbalance in your life, really look at your own internal masculine and feminine energies. Where are you not receptive enough? That's the feminine. Where are you not taking action on your own behalf? That's the masculine. Start doing those things and you'll start to see that there's more balance and more alignment in your life. Again, going back to worthiness. If you can't see yourself as worthy, nobody else will. If you can't see yourself as worthy, you're not going to treat yourself as worthy. And therefore, you're going to let other people treat you poorly as well, and then be upset with them because they're treating you how you feel about yourself. Everything mirrors back to you. It's not just your twin flame. Your entire environment, everything is reflecting what you feel about yourself. Your job, your friends, your social group, your everything reflects back to you how you truly feel about yourself. And so this is a time to understand and know that you are worthy. It is your divine birthright. Of all the millions of billions of swimmers, you were the one. Of all the millions and billions of souls that wanted to come to earth at this time, you are the one who did. That makes you worthy. Nothing else matters. You are worthy. And until you can believe that and see yourself as worthy, see your reflection as worthy of love, worthy of happiness, worthy of joy, worthy of balance, worthy of abundance, until you can see that, you're going to see imbalance of areas of your life. And so again, take this time to rest and really look at, do you truly feel worthy of love? Do you truly feel worthy of financial freedom? Do you truly feel worthy of good relationships? Only you can do that work. Nobody else can do it for you. Also, for some of you, sexuality is an issue. Needing to heal your sexuality, needing to accept and acknowledge that you are a human being that has sexual desires, and to utilize your sexual energy in a healthy way that benefits you and not benefits others. That's important. Your body is a temple. So you need to start treating yourself that way. Not everybody deserves access. Serendipity. The universe always has a plan. It brings everything together at the perfect time and in the perfect way. If you can just trust that you're always going to be in the right place at the right time, that everything will come together for you, for your highest good. It will be so. For others of you, going back to sexuality, you need to heal sexual trauma. Your block is trauma that took place where you don't feel safe in your body. And that is a huge energetic block from receiving love as well. Okay? That's coming through, so I had to share that. Sacred symbols for final messages. Healer is at the bottom of the deck. You are a healer, but you also are being healed, and you're going through the healing process now. continue to trust yourself and continue to move forward. You will come out the other side. Air. Thoughts, communication. And so this is a time where it's important to look at your belief systems. What do you truly think about yourself? What do you truly think about your twin flame? What do you truly think about abundance? Wherever you feel like you're blocked in your life and things aren't moving forward, and that's causing burnout and it's causing frustration, this is the time to look at that and change your perception of it. What else, Spirit? Gratitude. Gratitude is wealth. Lack is poverty. When you can be grateful for what you already have and not always look out at the world at what you don't have. And this is a lesson for me too. But when you can be grateful for what you already do have, the universe will always gift you with more, because gratitude is being in alignment with the energy of it's already done. When you're grateful, you know that you are in a space where you're receptive to all the beautiful things that want to come in for you. Divinity. You are divine. You are divine. You are the divine feminine. This is a time to just recognize and acknowledge your divinity. To see beyond the limitations of the 3D, to see beyond the human. See that you are infinite and eternal, that you are light, that you are a being of unconditional love. And because you are divine, you are worthy. We have jealousy at the bottom. This energy is very strong right now. There's a lot of haters. There's a lot of jealous energy in the environment. There's a lot of people who fear your light. That doesn't mean that you should dim yourself for anybody else. Just means that you need to stand in your divinity and send love and compassion to others who are not in their divinity. One final message. Past life. We're doing so much past life clearing, so much past life work, so much past life healing. Understand too that a lot of the circumstances that we are all going through currently are related to past life events and past life choices and lessons that we are finally learning and integrating so that we can move forward. And so again, you're exactly where you need to be. For those of you dealing with burnout, retreat, take a step back, love and value yourself, and know that you are divine. And because you are divine, it is your divine birthright to have love, to have abundance, and to have everything that you desire and deserve for your life. Sending you my love. Take care.